Did you know that 82% of businesses tend to fail because of money mismanagement and poor cash flow? But this can all be avoided and prevented if you had a business bank account. Did you know that 82% of businesses tend to fail because of poor cash flow and money mismanagement? But if you had a business bank account and stopped using your personal bank account to make business transactions, you will be able to prevent yourself from being a part of that 82% and make better business decisions. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shania. I'm a hairstylist and a senior undergrad accounting student. In this video, I will be sharing with y'all what a business bank account is, why you need to have one, and what documents are needed to set up your first business bank account. As a business owner, it is very important to set up a business bank account. A business bank account is basically the same as a typical bank account you may use on a regular basis to get your direct deposits or, make transactions. But a business bank account is solely for your business. Having a business bank account is a great way to stay organized and to separate your personal spending from your business spending, regardless on if you are a LLC or a sole proprietor or a S Corp. It just makes your finances very organized, and it helps when it comes down to when you have to pay your taxes, where you're easily able to know what transactions you've made that are going towards your business. Now let's get into how to set up your first business bank account. The first step being knowing what bank institution fits your business needs. When it comes to opening a business bank account, it is very, very important you do your due diligence to research different banks and figure out what are they offering that would be a benefit to you and your business. Some things to keep in mind when deciding what bank institution to go with is ask yourself, do you already have a financial history with them? Meaning like a car loan that you may have or a home loan. Having your business bank account with this institution allows you to continue to grow a relationship with the bank, so that in the future, if you ever were to need a business loan, they will see your transactions coming in and seeing that your business is making money. So that in the future, if you were to ever need a business loan, when you're banking with... Some things to keep in mind when deciding what bank institution best fits your needs is if you already have a financial history with them. When you pick a bank that you already have a history with, it allows you to continue to build that relationship with the bank. This will be a benefit for in the future if you may need a business loan. The second thing to consider when deciding what bank institution best fits your needs is your ability to apply. Some banks, such as credit unions, require you to know an existing user and be a family member of that existing user in order to open a bank account with them. I know specifically for Navy Federal, they require you to be a family member of someone who has an account to give you an access code or have affiliation with the military. So keep that in mind when choosing your bank account. And the last thing to consider when deciding what bank best fits you is to know the upkeep that comes along with having this bank account open. It all varies from bank to bank, so again, always do your research, but some banks require a monthly fee that you have to pay in order to continue to have the bank account. This fee can either be free or it can be waived depending on different thresholds you have to meet, or it could range from $8 to $30. It is very important to keep that in mind so you can make sure you're accounting for that as one of your expenses. Step number 2 to opening up your very first business bank account is to know what information and documents are needed to open the bank account. Depending on the type of business entity you are, different documents and information is needed in order to open up the account. First, starting with the sole proprietor. For sole proprietorship, which is if you are your business and you never filed for an LLC or any other business entity, typically banks require you to have your ID and an EIN or your social security number. An EIN is an employer identification number and it's very similar to a social security number, but it's specifically for tax purposes for your business. you can register for a free EIN using the link provided in the description, where it will take you directly to the IRS website, and it's completely free. And all you have to do is just input your information, and then you will have your EIN number. But make sure you are ready to utilize this number, because when you register for this number, you're now telling the IRS that you are a business. So they will expect for you to be either paying taxes or just filing a tax report, even if you don't make money within your business. Now, for other business entities, it does take a little bit more documentation in order to open up your business bank account. And that is because when you are a different entity, your person is not your business. Your business is its own separate thing, its own separate entity. So you had to prove that this is registered within your state and complying within your state. The documents needed is your EIN, which is your employer identification number. Again, you can get that for free on the IRS website. You need a letter of good standing. The letter of good standing is you're able to obtain this on the website that you filed your LLC for within your state. And ultimately, what a good standing letter states is that you are in compliance within your state. So that means you've paid your annual fees if that's necessary. I know specifically for Maryland requires a $300 annual fee in order to keep your LLC in good standing. Other states have different requirements, so make sure you look into that for your state. You also would need your article of incorporation. The articles of incorporation is a document that basically states that you are officially a business, and it is approved by your Secretary of State. The article of incorporation is very similar to like a birth certificate for a human, but the articles of incorporation signifies that your business has been created within your state. This document should have been sent to you right after you got approved by your state to operate your business. You will also need a valid ID when opening up a business bank account for a registered business entity. And lastly, what most banks require you to do when opening up your business bank account, this is for any type of business entity, is to have an initial deposit. This initial deposit can vary, but it's basically just a sum of money that you will need to place into the bank account at the time of opening. So make sure you research the website and see if there is a initial deposit fee that you need to have when you're ready to open up the account. And the third and final step to opening up your very first business bank account is to avoid commingling at all costs. You need to do this like your life depends on it. Basically, let me first say what commingling means. Commingling means that you're using the same card to buy your own personal stuff, also while buying your business stuff. You really want to avoid doing that for multiple reasons. One being, like I stated in the beginning of this video, it just makes your finances and expenses super confusing and unorganized. But really, you want to do this because, especially if you are a business entity like an LLC, which is a limited liability company, one of the pros to registering your business as this entity is that it gives you a liability protection, meaning that if you were to have a financial obligation within your business, your personal assets will be protected and separated from your business. So your personal assets won't get basically confiscated or put into jeopardy to having to owe back these finances. When you keep these things separate, you are not breaking what's known as the corporate veil. So kind of think of it as like when someone's getting married, like when a woman's getting married, and the veil is over her head because it's protecting her from being seen by the husband. The veil for you as a business owner is not swiping that card for like your own sneakers or or your makeup or a candy bar that you randomly just want to buy, just like personal things. You just do not want to mix that so that you can continue to be in compliant with the IRS and not have any issues with that. And it defeats the purpose of you having to pay for that annual fee if your state requires it, because it's like you might as well just operate as a sole proprietorship, and avoid having to pay that annual fee. So since you're paying an annual fee though, we're going to just not use the same card for your personal and your business. If you are a sole proprietorship though, it's not as detrimental with the commingling situation. I still would suggest to avoid doing it at all costs. It just, again, makes your life a lot easier. You've now completed the 3 steps on how to open up your business bank account and to do it successfully. I hope this video has brought you some great value. If it did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications so that you know every time I upload a new video. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.